My name's Scott and I'm from BRB Eating. I'm doing a little preface before I actually do the whole video, mainly because I want to apologize in advance. I had to deal with some camera issues and some sound issues, but after multiple cameras and multiple cords and a few Amazon.com purchases, I've actually now gotten the stuff that I need in order to get great videos for you all. I still wanted to get this out as soon as I could because yesterday, I'm actually not sure what day it is right now, but it's Dragon Boat Festival, and so traditionally we eat these on this day, so I wanted to get it out so folks can see it. Alright, so here we go. Hey folks, my name is Scott, and today on BRB Eating we're going to be making zongzi. So this is actually my Ama's recipe. She taught her daughters, and then when I was young, they taught me. So about 9 or 10 is probably when I have a first memory of learning from my mom and from my aunts how to make this sticky rice dumpling. So let's go ahead and get started in making this. It's not a traditional post on BRB Eating because it's a little bit complicated, so I wanted to kind of go outside of the norm of doing just a regular written post and then give you a little bit of a video. The thing about sticky rice dumplings is, if you don't know, they're fantastic. They're full of this fabulous flavor. You have things like shrimp and mushrooms and peanuts that give it this amazing texture and amazing flavor profile, and it's all wrapped with a beautifully chewy sticky rice and then surrounded by this bamboo leaf, which is really earthy in flavor. So the first thing that you're gonna need is some uncooked sticky rice or sweet rice, and I've soaked mine in water for about 3 hours just so that it helps with the cooking process later on. And I have also rehydrated some salted dried shrimp, dried shiitake mushroom, and I did a touch of my favorite flavoring, which is the Chinese rice wine. And I boiled some peanuts in star anise and salt just to give it a little texture in there. I've also bought some pre-roasted and pre-peeled chestnuts that you can get at any Asian supermarket, and then some Taiwanese style braise on some pork belly, so you get this fat in this dish as well. And just some sugar, some soy sauce, some of that Chinese rice wine, and I threw in some cloves of garlic to give it another depth of flavor. So the first thing you want to do is you want to take 2 of your bamboo leaves, roughly the same size, and then you want to overlap them. And this way you just have a lot more surface area to work with. So starting from the beginning of the leaf, you want to fold it so it makes this cone shape. That way you have a little bit of a nest to work with. And when you fold it, you also want the skinny leaves to be on the back. And that would just help with packaging it later on. So now after you've created this little cone nest area, you want to go ahead and put some rice in there. And take a little bit of everything. So I have some chestnuts, some peanuts, a few of the dried shrimp to give it a briny flavor, the mushroom to give it an earthy flavor, and then the pork fat to give it a fat flavor. I'm gonna pick this piece. Put some more rice right on top, and you just want to take this part and fold it right over while pushing in on the sides. The point of that is to seal everything in, because when we cook it, we're actually going to boil it, and you don't want any of that rice to come out of there while we're boiling it. Now, some people from northern Taiwan would actually steam this, and they would pre-cook the rice and steam it, but my grandmother came from southern Taiwan, so if I made it any other way, I would get yelled at. So once you fold it over, you're going to get this awkwardly shaped pyramid, and you're just going to go over. This is about the time that I lost some footage, so unfortunately you won't be able to see more. But now you get to see me on a fancier camera, which is kind of awesome. The next step that you would have seen is me attempt to tie these zongzi onto some string. When I was young, I kind of was only allowed to fill because my aunt would have killed me if I dropped these dumplings on the floor because I didn't tie them properly. So I never really learned how to tie it, which is why I attempted more than once, as you can see here. vent here. And then here.
Cool.
When you do figure it out, go ahead and tie a bunch of them together. And this is just going to be easier when you cook it. To cook the batsang, go ahead and grab a large pot, fill it with water, and then put it on medium-low heat. You don't want it to be too violent because you're going to essentially be boiling these until the rice is fully cooked. And if the water is too violent, you might risk the chance of breaking the bamboo leaves, and then you'll lose all of your hard work. So after hours of work, you may experience this. I'm so hungry. But you will also experience. So yeah, so that's it. So thank you for being patient. I hope you learned something. And now that I've figured out everything around this camera and the editing and whatnot, I hope to be able to give you something in a few weeks. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Can't see that.